much you can. If my suffering is out of wickedness, then make her provide an antidote. When it turns out my suffering is not a fault of a herbalist, please let her go. By a certain beggar who came by the manor while I was hosting a soiree for a few friends. Ha! All I remember of him is he sold mirrors. That's interesting. So many spoons. Clearly, spoons aren't everything. Seriously, you find a creepy manor in the middle of the woods. Weird spoons hovering everywhere. It is haunted. Would you be going down?
Does seem like a White's lair. Bit atypical, but still. Cauldron should be somewhere around here.
Cauldron?
Spoon. Pretty ordinary.
Should have the saliva we need to find. Also, there was a fancy spoon in there. Made of pure gold. Gold! Excellent. There we go.
Looking for. White's not particularly tidy.
I want to go down that long tunnel though.
Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one.
Hello?
White's obsessed. Real collector. Thoroughbred.
Okay.
Table's set. White, who lives here, is getting ready for some sort of feast. White that lives here, definitely afflicted by a curse. And it's been trying desperately to lift it.
That's promising. That means I could help it, probably.
Pretty ordinary.
Possibly.
Maybe a little old.
Let's first steal everything the White has.
Cauldron's empty, unfortunately. We just need some brew. Afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer. Need a spot that'll let me observe the cauldron.
I kind of wanted to look further into this region. But okay, quick save. Need to hide, eh? Well, obviously. A cabinet. Nice. Oh. Try to lift the curse. Try to lift the curse.
not gonna hurt you. Wanna help? I've seen the words of the curse on the walls. Think I know how to lift it.
This is so cool.
You tried to bring folk here, convince them to sit at the table with you, right? Well, I'm gonna be your guest now. Your willing guest.
You can do it! To break the curse, you have to steal everything that's supposed the only way. You've seen me with traps on Witcher 2, right? I would.
And now we'll tend to you.
Swap spoons? Hold on. Let's swap spoons. The curse, the exact wording.
Need to get this right. Words of the curse were, none shall sit
Yeah,
and dine
yeah,
at
yeah,
your
yeah,
table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror.
Hold on, hold on.
Need to get this right. Words of the curse were,
None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall sate you. Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. No spoon you have will sate you. Let's eat using the spoons, let's eat. No spoon you have will sate you. So let's eat not using spoons. And yeah, that means we're both eating, we're sharing a meal, and we're not using a spoon, so she can be sated. Let's eat not using the spoons.
we can't use spoons. No, that won't work. You've been looking for a spoon that would feed you, but there's no such spoon. We need to eat without spoons.
I like that. No.
Open your eyes. You need to see your likeness.
Did I do it? Hold up. Yeah, I want to.
Worked. Just not quite like I expected. Need to see what happened to the white. Won't be hard to find given its stench.
I'm gonna save up. I want to see this. Also, I want to see what's further on down here. Sorry about that. Oh, there's a... That is a lot of spoons. Curse has changed a fellow into monster creature of existence at dawn of time. Yada yada. So this is just, you know, somebody can cast curses if they are either magical or just magical by virtue of being so innocent and good. Wow, this is key required. Oh, there's more stuff. There's more stuff to find, more stuff to do. I'm so interested to see if I did the right thing. mean, surely that was the solution, right? No spoon you have shall sate you, so don't eat with spoons. And I ate with the white. Of course it's nighttime. Awesome. Nighttime is perfect time for curse lifting.
Damn, you're ugly.
Hold on. Hold on, Barghest. I'm trying to find somebody I helped. Okay, where are we going? Let's hurry. Let's hurry. Let's chase her down. I love the idea that she just jumped up in the air there. There's no knockback on you, is there? She went off the rails? Nope, you followed it. Okay. Gonna find out where she went. Quick save.
Easy. Not gonna hurt you.
Eat. I must eat.
I'll take you someplace safe.
Okay, I guess we did it. I guess we did it. Hey, Andrew. How are you doing? Why only English? What do you mean?
So I took her by the hand and led her here. Seemed the only sensible place for her.
Nice. Very
You did
nice.
the right thing, sir. She should recover quickly here. Don't worry, sir. I shall see to everything. She is safe here and in good hands. She'll soon be back on her feet.
Might actually take a while. She hadn't eaten anything in over 100 years when I found her.
Horrid. Whatever brought this about?
Hurry, we'll talk about this later. No, we'll talk about the curse.
Told me her story on the way here. Her name's Marlena. She was once the very beautiful and proud heiress to the Trastamara estate. One evening, when she was holding a banquet for friends, a beggar came to her gate seeking alms. He had a bowl and a spoon with him. He sat outside her fence and waited.
I've heard of the custom. An ancient rite of hospitality that obliges one to give food and drink to such a guest lest he depart hungry. To neglect the custom is to bring great misfortune down upon
Well,
oneself.
clearly.
Marlena didn't care a whit for the old customs. She drove the man off, saying she'd rather feed the leftovers from her feast to her dogs than to give the beggar anything. The beggar then broke his spoon, cast a curse. She was beautiful, so he said she'd never wish to look at herself in the mirror again. Since she adored feasts, he swore no one would ever wish to sit and dine with her. And as she even refused him the crumbs from her table, he swore she'd never find a spoon in the world that would sate her hunger.
A harsh punishment. I imagine lifting the curse was hardly simple.
That's how you enable chat for only English users. Yeah, I set it to English. I'm not quite sure why it enforces it so strictly, though. So I need to figure out what that is, really. It's kind of curious how that works. I also want to disable Moobot. I don't really use them for anything except for some of the commands.
Curses are tricky. They play on irony. Always gotta figure out what the catch is. Marlena had spent decades looking for a way to lift it. Transformed into a wight, she stole spoons and lured folk into her home, trying each time to get them to dine with her. Didn't work.
So what did?
Someone had to sit down and share a meal with her, of their own free will. They had to eat without using spoons and make her look at her reflection.
That's it? That was all it required?
Simplest solutions are sometimes the last that come to mind. Besides, when you're a white, it's pretty damn hard to find willing human company for a feast.
I imagine so. But, most importantly, it is now over. Please, don't worry. She will be in good hands here.
So long, buddy.
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
Yeah, Ampy, it does sound a little Gunter O'Dimish, doesn't it? You know, and of course the you know, the curse itself, the mirrors, you know, that it kind of nicely plays into it. Let's see. What was that mutagen thing again? Was that up here? Oh, no, wait. I know what that is. Yep. Never mind. Just came back from camp today. How was it, Andre? How was it? You enjoy?
Tasty. So wonderful. Thank you.
I can't imagine, even after not having eaten in 100 years, that you would eat that much. I would still go, like, have a good, solid meal, and after that, it's like, that was good, you know. Oh, no, don't extinguish those. There we go. Oh, yes, that's what you do with that. Bombs a potion, gain an additional charge. I remember. Okay, I guess it's report back to Regis time. I think over here was our fast travel point. Best time of your life. That is good to hear. Glad you enjoyed it there. God, I have so much stuff. I kind of need to go back and sell some. This is a good point to break break the quest line. So much more to explore there. And just spend some time selling stuff. There we go. If not eating for a while, your body will not like a lot of food. Yeah, exactly.
My strength's gone.
You'd probably just, you know, throw it all up again.
Bloody hell.
I mean, I've had that when I was really sick, you know, for a couple of days. I just did not feel like food. Just eat, you know, like soups, that kind of thing. And then if you suddenly start eating a lot of food, oh god, that does not end well. Wait, I'm on the wrong side. Whoop. There we go. Okay, let's do some selling because we are nearly overburdened. Hi there, fella.
The best steel in all of Tucson. Take a gander.
She was eating with a spoon. Won't take it after that. You'd be over spoons. Yeah, that is a good point. After 100 years of being obsessed with spoons, I'd be like, you know what? I'll just eat with my hands. It's fine. The Reckoner. I like the sound of that. Why do you have so little cash? Sure, sell me some of this nonsense. Anything to just give you cash so that you can buy my things again. Fine. At least we're down to 138 already. If we can now sell some of these armors to
No, see you later.
somebody else, we will be fine. Grown up, baby. There we go, armor. Yo, welcome.
You need new bridges? A gauntlet.
Seriously, they need so much more money than they do have. See, already out, so now I'm gonna have to buy nonsense just to give him the money to take my stuff. What's this, a barter system? There we go, 95 out of 170. That is pretty good already. If only I could sell a bunch of this other stuff. Oddly enough, I can sell the old quest items to them. Ah, but he doesn't have the cash anymore. Take care, buddy. Okay, let's not dawdle. Where is the... Ooh, hold on. A little bit over there, and then I can maybe sell all my junk.
Nothing special.
Is it this one? Then we can fast travel and finish the quest.
The larder of the Duchessa herself.
Good for you, buddy.
Welcome, please peruse. The best diverse wares in Tucson at the best prices.
Wow, both diarrhea and thrown up? Yeah, I wouldn't even want to think about anything like that. You're absolutely right. Just the thought of food would be enough. Finally, somebody with cash. I'll sell this and then a bunch of nonsense. I know I don't need any of these, but I want to keep them. What is this? Mutated giant centipede abdomen. Now these I can sell. Golden spoon, sure, you know, you could keep the golden spoon, but... There we go. Okay. Now I can start selling some of this nonsense. Actually, maybe I should keep this specific spoon made of pure gold. Because it's a little bit special. Okay. Getting rid of all the junk. Look at our weight going down. Spoons. Too many wow. That is going to be... Okay, centuries old map. I am going to keep that. These doubles, though, they do take up a bit of weight. Don't they? No, they don't. Regardless, though. Cash. That reminds me, I have a copy of Conqueror's Bad Fur Day. The manual, the original case, the lot. Turns out, Conqueror's Bad Fur Day is worth quite a bit on the market these days. Oh, well, I read it all anyway. Okay, sorry that you have to see this bit of inventory management, but there you go. It's a souvenir. Exactly, it's a souvenir. You could give it to Yen as a present. Doesn't even need to know where you got it. Exactly. Oh no, it's probably nothing cursed. No, no, it'll be fine, Ian. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Okay, all of those fortunately weigh nothing. Roach has some stuff. That's fine. I think we're good. Maybe we can get rid of some of the lesser stones. They're lesser. I don't need them. Plus, these do have some weight. Not much, but some. Greater. There we go. Lessers. Was a man who wanted to commit suicide from hunger. Didn't eat for 6 years before neighbors found him. Recovered, but for several days his body was able to take nothing but baby milk. Why would you think about that? How far do you have to be just down a hole? Just want to starve yourself? I mean, I can't get, committing suicide in any case, because to me, as bad as things are, at least I exist. And I can get it. People say, like, existence is too terrible, so at least I won't exist if I commit suicide, but still, for me, makes no sense. But then, to starve yourself? I'd choose a quick way. No, the one to the left. No. Fine. There we go. That cleaned up quite a bit. Lesser. Don't want any of your lessers. Okay, we're good. With 36,000 in cash.
So long.
Hard to believe they didn't need anything at all. Yeah.
All too sad.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you're right. People can survive a long time without food. Yeah, it's water that's, from what I understand, you know, if you don't get water, it can be like days. Once heard the sort of the rule of thumb of like 2 weeks without food and 2 days without water, but if that story is, if you really didn't eat anything, then that story is clearly, or that rule of thumb clearly isn't accurate. There we go. Maintenance done. Malachaz. Makes no sense, says, say humans need to fight with each other. Yeah. Well, even with fighting, I'd say there's always a better solution than fighting, but at least that I can see. Because any cohabitation of people necessitates limiting one person's freedom. You know, I like to play my classical music really loudly. You like peace and quiet. One of us will have to sacrifice our freedom in order for both of us to live together. Even if it's both of us compromising, then both of us give something up. So, you know, the essence of being together is to have a conflict between individual desires. In the end. Inevitable, I think. Because it's just it's just statistically unlikely that millions of people will all perfectly agree on all matters. So at least struggle I could see happening, even though I agree there are better solutions.
Think your friend's hand will make for a nice broth?
You've clearly honed your sense of humor. But we are not cannibals, Geralt. I took a fragment of tissue from their hand. It will suffice to prepare some resonance.
What did you do with the rest?
I cremated it, as our codex commands. Raven told me you'd acquired the necessary ingredient.
Yeah, spying on me. No, helpful creatures, ravens. That'll get the point across.
Pretty helpful creature.